Mama. You microphone. You behave. Okay. Hi. Hello. How's it going? Are we up? Are we running? Yeah, we are. Hello. Welcome back. Come on, Nikke. Yay. Today we have the hard mode part of the story and also white memory. Yay! The shortest Nikke stream. Probably, maybe. But after this, we go back right into main story, probably. Which I probably should have included in the title. Maybe. Who knows? Okay, I have my food. My food. My lunch, actually. And the hard mode. Let's go. Meow. I'm assuming there was only hard mode in event 2, right? Story 2, right? Not in story 1. Just in case. I'm gonna check just in case. Because I'm not gonna believe anything unless I check it myself. I'm that paranoid. Okay. Perfect. Done. Lunch. Okay. Now we're going to hard mode. Let's go. Let's finish this. Mau. Oh, nice. I'm assuming that all of these can be quick battles away. Nice, great. I mean, technically I could put them to fight while I eat, but meow. The vocalist here is Amelie. Hard mode in these events is only in story 2 section. Oh. Yeah, no, well, I don't know if it's it's actually, I think it's YouTube. I don't know. Something is happening, so I don't know why YouTube just doesn't work, so no trailer watching for me today, unfortunately. Like, it works for streaming, but it doesn't work for video watching for whichever reason. So, we're gonna have to just roll with that. You have Lisa recently. Oh no! Snow probably piled up on an antenna. Oh no! Here, I'm pretty sure it was the storms, or at least the very strong winds we have been having these past days that probably disconnected something or tweaked an antenna or something. So yeah! Yay! The physics of mechanical things. Let's go! No, I don't want to replay that one. Just keep on fighting, girls. You say that it's clear, I believe in you. Well done. Yeah. Man, I didn't realize I was starving until my roommate made food and she was like, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna like eat or actually go take a nap. She went to take a nap. And I'm like, oh, that food smells delicious. That would be great. I should make food for myself. Yeah. Oh, you're gonna take a nap? Can I eat your food? So technically, I am eating lunch, but also roommate's lunch, kinda. Wow. Ow.
では本格的に授業を始めます。
Less than 15 minutes, damn.
皆さん授業に集中してください。
You can do this, girls. Shotgun it. Let's go into the
戦闘後の
south.
ストレッチもお忘れなく。
What?
大丈夫ですか？
助けていただきありがとうございます。突然ここでロード級が飛び出してくるとは。部隊が全滅し一人で何とかここまで来たのですが、ところであなたは一体。
Oh.
まさか
No,
あなた
it
が
was the other one.
あの噂のピルグリム。
もうピルグリムという名前がアークでは使われているようですね。
Oh.
最近はあなたの噂で持ちきりです。ただの伝説かと思っていましたが、実際にお会いできて感激です。
私も会えて嬉しいです。
Oh.
地上へやってきたニケに会うのは久しぶりです。もしよければ最近のアークの様子を教えてくれませんか？
Everything's about to
と
go
ても興味があるのです。
south.
もちろんです。喜んで。命を救ってくださった方ですから何でも聞いてください。
ありがとうございます。そうですか。アークの管理 AI を脅威だと感じた人々が対抗できる人物を用意している。
Oh.
はい、秘密裏に進めているそうですが、すでに周知の事実です。
Pilgrims are any Nikke who is living up on the surface without any ties. Ah, yeah, I kinda remember. Oh.
アークの頭脳と呼ばれる人たちをみんな作戦に引き入れているからです。
最も有力な候補はどなたですか？
さあ、私もそこまではちょっと。
そうですか。では私の個人回線を教えるので、何か分かったら連絡してくれませんか？
いいんですか？
もちろんです。あ、でも私は極秘に夢中なので、私に会ったことは絶対に秘密にしてください。
もちろんです。ノースキャンされそうになったら脳を燃やします。
そこまでする必要はありません。
Okay.
いいえ、あなたは私たちの憧れです。アークでゴッテスの話を聞くことが唯一の楽しみでした。そして皆さんが人類のためにしてくれたこともよく分かっています。私の命まで救ってくださったのです。私にできることなら何でもします。
そうですか。
Oh.
ありがとうございます。
This is gonna go bad so quickly.
アーク最高の頭脳、地上へ引き上げる方法はないかしら。
ドロシー、
スノーホワイト。
久しぶりだな。
はい、お久しぶりです。何年ぶりでしょうか。50年くらい？
それくらいになるな。
なぜ私がここにいると分かったのですか？
ずっと探していたから。
そうですか。それでご用件は？
なぜ一度も私たちに会いに来なかった？
それは忙しくて。
アークの情報を集めて何をするつもりだ？
ご存知でしたか？
私たちもアークの消息を聞くからな。アークにこの上なく興味を抱いているピルグリムがいるという話はたびたび耳にしている。あなたのことだと思ってはいたが、何が目的なんだ、ドロシー？
奪おうと思って。
アークを？
はい。
ドロシ
あ、もちろん乗り込んでいって何かをするつもりではありません。アークに私を求めさせるのです。私の力が必要な状況にします。
なぜだ？
私たちがアークを作り、アークが私たちを裏切ったからです。私たちを裏切った者たちが再び私たちを求めることになったら、これほど愉快なことはあるでしょうか。そのためならアークのすべてを利用します。利用？違いますね。もともと私たちのものだったのですから。
Oh,
変わった
Dorothy.
な。
スノーホワイトは相変わらずのようですね。体はボロボロですが。まだ人類のために地上をさまよっているのですか？
ああ、あなたが私たちにくれたあの誇り。
ああ、つまらない。面白い話はないんですか？
帰る。
あ、スノーホワイト。ゴッテスという名前を使っていないようですが、なぜですか？
当然だ。あなたがいなければ私たちはゴッテスではない。
Oh.
待っている。君が帰ってくるまで。
待たないでください、スノーホワイト。私は
Well then.
一線を越えてしまったから。
What about there's no place like home? Don't worry, I always misremember things. There's no place like home.
はい、かしこまりました。
Yay! I mean, technically, it's not that there is no place like home. There is no place that's home, which is a bit concerning. White memories! Woo! Oh. Whoops. Nyam, 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 nyam. Okay, 1 second. I will finish my lunch. The last bite is always the best. God damn it. 1 second. Extra seconds, please. But they don't mean extra servings. Oh, okay. Don't you... No! Okay. Come on, you stupid chair. There we go. I'm here. Tripped over a PC or something. No, I was putting away something and accidentally toppled something else that took some other things in the way. So I got up to pick up all of those things and put them back in the table they fell over from. Anyways, this is what you meant by lots of reading. Oof, do I have enough water for this? No, I don't. I'm gonna go get more water. Extra pause. Yay! I'm back. Okay. Click, click. Snow White pulls out her weapon. Dot, dot, dot. She recalls the time Dorothy came to see her. Dorothy, we need food. We need to get the electricity back on. And we also need drinking water. We are dying. We need to repair the equipment that's been damaged. And we need more ammunition. There isn't any more food, and we've lost all contact with the Ark. The waves of raptures are endless. I've lost several of my squad mates, and those that remain are mentally broken. The situation is hopeless. Leaving the guard post when things are so dire may not seem ideal, but I have to go. I need to secure us more supplies. Dorothy, the leader would have wanted that. Dot, dot, dot. Click, click. Snow White finishes cleaning all of her weapons. Outfits herself and stands. She finishes the last sentence in her journal entry detailing the preparations for her exploration. Off we go. She sets off into the great unknown. White memory. Let's go! Kerchlunk. Memory disk. Collect new endings unlimitedly. Cute. Oh. Go search. Snow White approaches the forest. Despite the seemingly endless internecine conflict between man and raptures, the forest remains a bastion of life. As Snow White gazes upon the forest, rustle, rustle. Gasp! A deer suddenly leaps into view. Okay, I'm not gonna shoot a poor deer with an anti-ship rifle. Come on. Shoot with ordinary life. Tendrils of flame belch out of the rifle's muzzle, and the deer is blown apart in a burst of arterial spray. It is only then that Snow White realizes how fragile a deer is. Having newly discovered the fragility of ungulates, Snow White decides to walk around the woods and find alternative hunting tools. The anti-ship rifle in question is a giant weapon on her hip, so yeah. Okay. Let's turn right. On the right, the ground is covered with mushrooms that have brilliant red patterns. Oh, amanitas. Maybe. Maybe. Snow White begins to pick the mushrooms. Blah, 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 blah. She wonders if she could do a taste test before bringing them to her colleagues. Can she, though? Is she gonna do it? Taste them. Snow White feels somewhat hesitant about sharing food with others that hasn't been tested. She puts a mushroom in her mouth. Suddenly, a white fog envelops her. A female figure can be made out amongst the fog. It is someone whose face she has longed to see for some time. Snow White! Someone calls out. Gasp! Snow White opens her eyes. The white fog has dissipated. After making sure she hasn't sustained any injuries, Snow White realizes something. The mushroom she ate made her hallucinate. Snow White contemplates if she should eat the mushroom again, although she can't explain why exactly she wants to see that woman in her hallucination again. After hesitating for a while, Snow White decides to eat the mushroom. Let's go. After ingesting some more of the mushrooms, Snow White sees two flowers amidst the fog. One is white and the other is red. Which one should she follow? Well, there's no fun in it if they tell me already that there's an ending in the obvious red flowers. But I'm gonna choose it anyways. Red. Ah. Oh, first I have to achieve that ending. Okay. Wait! Snow White heads towards this white flower and sees a white figure. The faceless figure asks, "Can you see me?" No. Thud, crash. Snow White stumbles over a tree stump and tumbles to the ground. After waking up from her hallucinations, Snow White still wants to see that face that may or may not be a figment of her imagination. So she eats some mushrooms again. Let's go. No matter how many mushrooms Snow White ingests, the face she longs to see remains forever indistinct. Snow White spends the entire day lost in meaningless reveries. Let's go. What did I get? Meaningless hallucinations. Yay! If you're not yet ready, try following the other flower. I would have if I hadn't been stopped. Into the forest we go. The prey hides and the hunter seeks. Under the shade of the trees, memories lie in wait. The prey hides, the hunter seeks, and the forest 7. This is more about Snow White mind switch issues. Her switch broke a lot of her memories. Into the forest, into the forest. Don't destroy the poor deer. Actually, you know what? Sure. Hit it with a rifle. Let's go, anti-ship! Tendrils of flame belch out of the anti-ship's Redhood's rifle's muzzle. However, as the flames die down, the deer is nowhere to be found. The shot also attracts raptures, and Snow White is forced into a confrontation. Whoops. Look at her. The sounds of the battle only attract more raptures. It takes everything for Snow White to subdue the threat. In the end, she goes back to the post empty-handed. Oh, what do I get? Going hungry today. No. Hint: loud noises will alert raptures. Yes, I know, but I had already used the other one, and I wanted to know what the anti-ship rifle would do to the poor deer. Don't sass me, game. Parim. Mama. A deer's life is fragile. Let's go back to the flowers. Eat the mushrooms. A loud sound is what it will make. Not the deer. Mama, eat the mushroom. Oh, there goes my milk tea. Red flower. Snow White heads toward the red flowers. The red flower. Ugh. Snow White heads toward the red flower and hears the buzz of a radio. An old song is being played. Someone can be heard humming along to the song. They sound homesick. Suddenly, a long-forgotten memory comes rushing back to her. She used to listen to songs with Red Hood, who loved old songs. Hello, little one. Snow White was in a terrible mood that day. So many of those close to her had lost their lives. Snow White could never forget their eyes as they died. Filled with fear and a hint of relief. As the music continues to play, Snow White walks up to Red Hood. Why do you look so solemn, little one? You're going to give yourself wrinkles if you keep scrunching up your face like that, Red Hood says with a grin. You need some rest today. Same. Stop doing that. Take a look at this. Red Hood brings the radio closer. It is playing a song about missing one's hometown. It's an old guitar-centric pop song, which didn't suit the battlefield at all. Country roads. This song is nice, right? This is what music is all about. Red Hood attempts to call Snow White. Want to try singing it? Did Snow White sing with her back then? She can't remember. That's more like it, you dork. You act like an old geezer. Ha! Really? Red Hood's laughter and the music are the only sounds that linger in Snow White's ears. So, crash! Snow White trips over a tree stump. Gasp! She wakes up from her hallucination and sees a tent. A broken radio and a cassette tape near the tree stump that she tripped over. Snow White keeps the cassette tape and begins humming the song she heard in her hallucination. Goodness knows which melody this has. So, oh, the hometown I long for, the friends I miss. Even if the sky above us is forever grey, we'll return to our hometown someday. Maybe. Retro Hood! Hey! I got a cassette! Bum, bum. Ooh! Meow, 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 meow. We are gonna finish the forest before going anywhere else. Shoot it with a normal rifle. Okay, we haven't finished all of the choices here. So let's go with don't. Snow White feels that the mushrooms are bad news, so she puts them down and heads out of the forest. Having newly discovered the fragility of oᴥoʔ, Snow White decides to walk around the woods and find alternative hunting tools. Oh. So she just goes right back. Okay. So then, you're gonna be eating them. You hallucinate. Don't eat the mushroom. No matter how badly she wants to see that woman, falling into a hallucination is a risky proposition. She puts the mushrooms down and heads out of the forest. God damn it. I guess that was the only thing that was left, right? Like not eating it twice. I'm gonna check. Oh, I'm gonna... Okay, you know what? Give me one. Give me a second. We are gonna do this the old time way. Where are my writing implements? We're gonna grab this. We are gonna grab this. And I'm gonna grab a color, I guess. Sure. You know what? Maybe not blue. I'm writing with blue. And if I write, okay, let's go green, pink. Yeah, sure, why not? Is that a freaking spider web on this? Oh, come on. I can't even have my freaking pens without spider webs. I swear, I'm gonna have to have a talk with them spiders. They can't just keep on putting spider webs everywhere. They need to be more orderly about it. Okay. Food. Snow White over here, hungry and eating mushrooms. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Forest. Meow, 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 meow. Forest. Meow, meow, meow. Okay, don't eat the mushroom, and we are gonna go back. Okay, we have anti-ship rifle, anti-ship, and just normal rifle. Anti-ship just goes into ending. And I already got it. So green for gotcha. Now normal rifle goes into right, ahead, and left. Right, ahead, left. Now right goes into yes mashes, no mashes. Taste, no taste. Now taste has another branching out. No taste just goes back. Go back. No taste. Chosen. Now taste. Hallucination. Taste goes into eat, no eat. Man, I haven't had to do this for so long. No, it goes into... goes back, if I recall correctly. And it goes into white flower and red flower. White, red. Oh boy. Red gets ending. Red is done. Done, done, done. I am done. Now, white, where did you go? Where do you come from, Cotton Eye Show? So we're going to no and yes. Okay. So we are still missing something here. We go no. Ending. Yes. No idea. No, we got yes. This is getting confusing, but we got the nor. I think there is, since it says complete, I think it's the ending, so there is nothing else to look at here. So we are going back. Ah man, I don't know why I could do this. Somehow. Okay, just don't and go back. This is gonna be faster. Nah! Okay, I touched left accidentally. Okay, we went left. No, wait, I didn't write it. No! Oh, we got a metal wire. She approaches a metal fence and sees a corpse draped over the top of it. The body is clothed in a camouflage outfit and carrying a bow and a backpack. A bow and a backpack. Snow White cuts down the metal fence and sets the corpse on the floor. Poor corpse. The duffel bag contains electrical wires, a phone, dry rations, a pail, and a map. Snow White looks at the bow and arrow. These weapons, along with the camouflage, might prove useful for hunting. She contemplates whether she should take them. Okay, left has bag. Put down bag. Bag, no bag. Let's say no bag. I wanted to go ahead, not left. Man, I made a mistake. Oh my god. No bag, all bag. Well, this is gonna royally suck if we take everything, because we're gonna be encumbered. So, do I take them or do I not? Cotton Eye Joe, what you think? You know what? Sure. Take everything. Snow White apologizes and takes the dry food, bow and arrow, and camouflage outfit. She must survive for the sake of her colleagues. If that means benefiting from someone else's death, then so be it. Snow White prepares to hunt. She starts to set up a trap using the metal wire she got from the fence. Being proficient with crafting, she succeeds in making a trap and resumes her hunting once again. Snow White returns to the spot where she saw the deer and sets the trap. The bleats of a deer can be heard in the distance. She decides to hide behind the tree and watch. To conceal herself, Snow White, okay, from all bag we get cover herself with leaves or camouflage. A sea outfit or leaves. Hunting props required. I have that. Oh man, a choose your own adventure. Let's go. Strand of metal wire clipped from the fence. It is old enough to have begun gathering moss, but could still be used to craft something. I should be more concerned if it has some rust and not moss, but okay. Hunting equipment consisting of a bow and an arrow. Plus camouflage outfit. A camouflage. Until their dying moment, this hunter never imagined that they would end up as the prey. That's technically not the idea. A trap made by Snow White, crafted from some metal wire. Once a deer steps on the trap, it has no chance of extricating itself. What happened with the other deer? Did it just splatter everywhere like Uncle at last Christmas? Okay. If I get an odd number, I go with the damn option of leaves. Would you look at that? Leaves! The unwieldy camouflage does not fool the deer. Just as it is about to approach the trap, it widens its eyes and flees the scene. Snow White watches in desperation as the escaping deer slowly disappears into the distance. No matter how long Snow White waits in hiding, the deer doesn't return. The trap she made only manages to catch a few small woodland creatures. With the small animals in tow, Snow White trudges back towards the post. Let's go, this ends in an end. End. Whee! Nikke rifles are rather hefty. It's not your usual M16. Oh. Pee. An escaped deer does not return. I didn't read the hint. Whoops. Bow. Okay. Shoot it with a normal one. We turn left because I'm dumb. On the left, Snow White sees a chain link fence. She walks towards it, intending to snip it into separate parts that could be used to make traps. That's what I didn't read last time. She approaches the metal fence and sees a corpse draped over the top of it. Both is clothed in a camouflage outfit and carrying a bow and a backpack. I already have this item. The duffel bag is packed. Okay, what happens if I put... Oh, if I put down the bag, I can only do the leaves and be dumb. Yay! You know what? Just put down the bag. Snow White doesn't want her survival to come at the expense of someone else's life, so she decides to put down all the hunting props and leave. Snow White prepares to hunt. She starts to set up a trap using the metal wire she got from the fence. Being proficient with crafting, she succeeds in making a trap and resumes her hunting once again. She returns to the spot where she saw the deer and sets the trap. The bleats of a deer can be heard in the distance. She decides to hide behind a tree and watch. Okay, so bag and no bag take to the same place. Gotcha. Bag kinda... You are kinda forced to grab... I'm gonna do it in red, pink. Kinda forced to pick leaves instead of hunting the camouflage part. But we already have the things. Anyways, so... Let's see, the camouflage. Pardon. The deer is fooled by Snow White's camouflage and comes closer. The moment its foot is clamped by the trap, Snow White shoots it with an arrow. Snow White captures the deer. Looking forward to the delicious dinner she'll be having that night, she returns to the post in good spirits. Let's go. Okay. So we got 2 endings. Forced to grab. I mean, yes, if you don't do the whole thing about grabbing the bag and the thing is, oh my god, ah! 1 second. I'm back. I was helping roommate. My brain stopped. Anyways, as I was saying, I know that it's called unlocking endings, but if you decide to not take the bag, then when these choose the other one, so you are kind of locked into / forced into choosing the leaves and freaking missing the deer. Okay, so left is completed. Normal ending. Deer meat tastes good. No hint. Man, I didn't read. You know what? Maybe I should try getting the other ending to see the hint. I'm gonna go back to the hint that I didn't read. Oh, whoops. I didn't see where my mouse was. Oh, when you complete it, it says complete. Oh, gotcha. Take everything. Be dumb. One needs to be well prepared to catch a deer. Oh. Hehehehe. Okay. We are missing a head. Oh, I'm liking this one. I like choose your own adventure thingies. They are fun. Normal rifle. That was a fast one. I mean, if you build yourself a map, it should be fast enough. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend having... This is kind of like a puzzle, and I would never recommend having all of the information from a puzzle just hold up in your head with just, I don't know, without writing it down somewhere, because you will always be missing something. Meow, 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 straight ahead. Walking forward, Snow White discovers a wooden cabin. She heads inside to look for any useful items. The cabin is entirely bereft of food and supplies. However, Snow White can ascertain from the antlers hanging on the wall and the bear skin on the floor that a hunter resided here. Scrawled directly on the table in red are the words, "Don't be the prey." Snow White turns and heads back into the forest. What? Okay, sure. Ahead does nothing. Ahead goes back. Go back. Okay, so right and left are the ones that have the longer paths? Sure. What do I need here? What was I missing? Okay. Nyam nyam them. Hi there, weird white person. Eat the mushrooms. Past ending. I don't remember exactly, but pretty sure the event was time gated, so each location had its own open hours. AKA wait 7 days before it's unlocked. Ah! Fun! Achieve ending to bid you farewell. How? So do I need to do that somewhere else? Are the places correlated? Route 4 at the very end. Ah, okay. So the one is just stuck. Wah. Okay. So we're going now into second map, second place. The riverbank. There are many things that can be caught between the water and the rocks. You know, I know that they just ate, but can you just leave me one prepared for later? Thank you. I can't help it. Nothing. No, not yours. Make me one. I have no idea why I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. I woke up today and I am the equivalent of how is it that they are called? Termites? Yeah. I have no idea why. And I'm like, no, I'm fine, I'm fine. I'm hungry. There you go. This ending requires you to go... no, that I read already. Panda was corrupted by the Dark Spirit. Okay, into riverbank. Scarlet appears before Snow White, who's on her way to explore the riverbank. Dost thou intend on rusticating by the riverside? Pray thee, allow me to accompany you. Snow White nods. Scarlet is excited about getting to see some fish, which she hasn't seen in a while. Do you know how to fish? Answer yes. Answer no. They go with ye and nay. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If it's so, I'm saying no. I'm saying yes. We are saying ye. Snow White answers yes, so Scarlet tells her to try making a fishing rod. Given thou doth intend on fabricating a fishing rod, I shall search for a suitable piece of wood. Scarlet begins looking for wood nearby and asks Snow White how long the tree branch should be cut. So we have short and long. Short. Long. Yee. And sampling those two. You know, this music makes me want to go play Atelier games so bad. Whoop. You okay? My poor roommate. Okay, it said 2, so we are cutting it long. Scarlet brings over a branch with a perfect length. Snow White is very satisfied. To make the fishing rod, she... From here we go into pockets or metal wire. Pocket, metal wire. Okay. You know, let's go with the metal wire. Since we have it. Snow White is good with her hands, and she manages to make a fishing rod using the metal wire and the tree branch. The two head to the river to begin fishing. Snow White uses the fishing rod, passes the fishing rod. Use. I forgot how to write. Use. Yes. Pass. Okay, should I give it to Scarlet? Sounds fun. Yes. Scarlet is surprised that Snow White handed the rod to her. As she lowers the rod into the water, she proclaims that Snow White won't regret entrusting her with it. This is gonna be so bad. Scarlet says that no fish will come if she doesn't move the rod, and claims that they can only catch a big fish if they shake the rod. She begins swinging the rod as she speaks. Almost immediately they catch something. A knife! Thank you. A pocket knife? A pocket knife? A pocket knife? Question mark. Scarlet has caught a pocket knife. I mean, quite the skill if you manage to catch something that is not moving. She hasn't seen something like this in a long time and stares at it forlorn. Snow White recalls a memory with Scarlet from long ago. That day they were starving. Though they had succeeded in their mission, additional supplies were taking a long time to arrive as they were in a secluded place difficult for humans to reach. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. To a food lover like Snow White, enduring hunger is the worst form of torture imaginable. Suddenly, Scarlet tosses a pocket knife at the birds flying by. Scarlet takes the falling bird and passes it to Snow White. Pray thee, thou not be lost in melancholy. Grill this. The bird was tiny, but Snow White isn't concerned about whether it will be feeling or not. Rather, she is shocked that Scarlet is willing to kill something merely because she is hungry. Snow White mutters, "This is so cruel," which causes Scarlet to laugh. So killing a tiny bird is cruel, but killing a bigger bird is perfectly okay. It's not like that. Do not allow thyself to be vexed thusly about death. All lives have to end. Scarlet's nonchalance prompts Snow White to ask another question. How about us? Will we die as well? Scarlet makes Snow White a fishing rod. Snow White grabs the rod and gives it back. Snow White. Scarlet. Awkward moment. Scarlet chuckles. Flowers are fleetly fading. All things eventually come to an end. Scarlet stared at her katana. This is the lesson she gave me when she became my blade. Flowers are fleetly fading, Snow White utters, startling Scarlet. Thy memory of this still rings true. Snow White nods, sending a smile across Scarlet's face. Precisely, nothing lasts forever, and we are no exception. With that, Scarlet hovers the road over the river again. Behind her, Snow White stares at her quietly. We got an ending. Fishing rod. Made from metal wire and a branch cut by Scarlet. It is surprisingly durable and will hook all manner of fish with ease. YouTube why? YouTube no. YouTube, why are you like this? Meow. Pocket knife. Pocket knife. A pocket knife. Pocket. Which is from the same series as the one Scarlet carries. Staring at it, Snow White recalls what Scarlet once said. All things eventually come to an end. Endowed with a natural proficiency in melee combat, Scarlet is well versed in wielding edged weapons. In her hands, even a small pocket knife can become a deadly weapon. YouTube is just like this. They get silly like that every now and then. Bow, 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 meow, 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 meow. Bow, bow. Okay. So we go Yi, long, metal, use. Yi. Long. Yes. Yum, yum, yum. Snow White stands by the river with a fishing rod she has made. She closes her eyes and tries to sense the movements of the fish. A long time passes, but nothing happens. Snow White, whose eyes are closed, can feel Scarlet nodding off behind her. The fish also seem to have fallen asleep, as nothing is biting the rod. Another end! This is quicker than I expected. But since it takes me so long to read, it seems that fishing is more than just making a fishing rod. Yes, you need bait. So Snow White starts fishing, goes to sleep, fish also go to sleep. I mean, very coincidental with how Snow White is and the creatures of the forest and all of that. And Scarlet it approves. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, now ye long pocket. Ye long pocket. Snow White doesn't find anything she could use to make a fishing rod. She gives it some further thought and decides she can use the branch to make something else. Snow White passes the branch to Scarlet and tells her to sharpen one end. Dost thou intend on fashioning a fishing spear? After a while, they end up with a decent fishing spear. Swish! Splash! The fishing spear embeds itself in the bottom of the river. Alas! Another miss. Snow White and Scarlet continue throwing their self-made spear with all their might. But every throw ends up with it either stuck in the riverbed from excess force or moving erratically due to poor aim. Perhaps we should entertain the notion of returning to a fishing rod. As Snow White listens to Scarlet, she stares at the fish in the river. It swims away slowly, as if mocking them. She manages to catch the face. She manages to catch a huge fish with her bare hands. The fish Snow White is holding tries to rise free from her grip. I had no idea thou art capable of such feats. I figured I'd give it a shot and it worked. Despite expending so much energy earlier, the thought of having a good meal later that night gives them both a second win. And they begin catching fish with her bare hands. Snow White fills the pail with fish and returns to the post full of delight, discreetly wiping the drool forming on the edges of her mouth. Pocket! Hail to the king of fishing! Is it still fishing when you are grabbing them with your own hands? Okay, now we have to go to ye short, and then we have to go into the nay. Yee! Cut it short! Snow White notices the branch is shorter than she expected. Scarlet asks if it is what Snow White actually wanted. Snow White ponders if she should use the branch for something else. Is it still cooking when you just hit the oven? If you're not putting anything inside the oven, no. Snow White passes the branch to Scarlet. Oh, this one goes directly into pocket. And tells her to sharpen one end. Dost thou intend on fashioning a fishing spear? After a while, they end up with a decent fishing spear. And there we go. So short goes into pocket, spear, Okay, so back into... never mind. And... the hail of the Fishing King. So cute. Now we go into Nikke. We do not know. Do you know how to fish? No. Snow White answers no, so Scarlet says she'll personally make a fishing rod for Snow White. We shall require wood if we are to fashion a fishing rod. I'll look for some. Snow White looks around and fires a rifle at a tree that looks to be the right size. The tree sways a few times before collapsing on a pile of nearby rocks. I only require but a few tree branches. Oh. Whoops. The sight of Snow White obliterating the tree makes Scarlet feel slightly uneasy. But she feels somewhat reassured upon seeing how embarrassed Snow White seems for her slip-up. Scarlet runs over to fetch some branches from the fallen tree. However, Scarlet is unable to make a fishing rod due to her poor crafting skills. Feeling embarrassed, Scarlet... We have fish with sword. Pile of rocks. Let's go sword. Sword. Rocks. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If it's odd, I'm picking rocks. It's even. So we are picking sword. Scarlet stands by the river with her sword and lightly swings it at the fish lethargically swimming by. Swoosh! Whoops! The fish is cut in two and floats to the surface of the water. I doth believe there is validity to this idea yet. I shall swing it properly this time. Scarlet adjusts her stance as she stands at the riverbank. Snow White is filled with a renewed sense of hope that they will actually catch a bevy of fish, and her eyes sparkle. However, as Scarlet swings her sword with full force, the river is dyed a dreadful red as all the fish are sliced and diced. Both Scarlet and Snow White stare at the massacre silently and return to the post without a word. And... maybe don't do that, basically. Oh, we got all of this. Dun dun dun. River Butcher. Sushi! Yeah, I was thinking, like, it's still fish, like, and it's just cut in half. Just clean the guts and be done with it. It might be better to do a bit of searching than relying on your colleague's sword. Bow, bow, bow. No. Yum, yum, yum. Rocks. Perchance there are canned goods buried under these rocks. Hast thou considered this? Snow White nods and begins rummaging through the rock pile. After they move away some rocks, some supplies hidden under the pile are gradually revealed. Scarlet and Snow White exchange glances. Their hunch was right. Filled with a renewed sense of vigor, they begin lifting up more rocks. Just then, Snow White feels something. Ba-ba-bum. Oh! It's a parasol! While looking at it, a memory of Dorothy resurfaces. Back when humans lived on the surface and not in the Ark, Dorothy loved using the parasol that had been given to them as a gift. Supplies were plentiful then. Nikke don't get tanned even if they are exposed to the sun, so Snow White was curious as to why Dorothy was using the parasol. Why do you use that thing anyway? It's not like we need it. With a smile, Dorothy answered her. If I use this place won't feel as much like a battlefield. Instead, it will feel more like a warm and sunny Eden. Eden? How should I put it? It makes me feel important. When the Ark is built, we'll all be sheltered safely under the same parasol. Snow White couldn't make head or tail of what Dorothy was saying. Will the Ark really become our Eden? When peace is restored, will the humans want us to stay under the same parasol as them? Of course. As Snow White stared at Dorothy, her expression was full of such hope for the future that she couldn't bring herself to refute her in any way. Oh, a parasol! Dorothy will be most smitten with this. Scarlet proclaims as she approaches Snow White. Snow White nods quietly. Both of them feel this will be the perfect gift for Dorothy, who's doing her best to be a fine leader. They bring the parasol back to the post. And just like that, we finished the riverbank. Yay! Whee! Bum bum ba bum bum. Next map. The suburbs. An untold number of painful memories remain within this collapsed building. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, lay down your hair! Rapunzel appears before Snow White, who's on her way to explore the church. Come with me today, I've been to the suburb. Snow White nods. Snow White and Rapunzel head to the outskirts and gaze at the structures demolished by raptures. They attempt to find a recognizable structure they can check out. We have a pato, apartment, and factory. There we go. Do we go? What's the one that will go wrong the most probably? A pato. Snow White and Rapunzel go to the apartment buildings to look for daily necessities, but most of them have been completely obliterated from rapture attacks. My house every end of month. There are only 3 houses they can still enter. Snow White. We have house left. Left. Middle. Right. Whoops. Well, I am left-handed, so we are going with the left. Actually, I am cross-dominant, but whatever. Walking into the house on the left, the 2 find the posters of the Ark and lots of lottery tickets scattered inside. The lottery tickets have "Try Again" printed on them. Amongst the pile, there is a cookbook. On the pages, sentences such as "Recipes anyone can learn. Become a master in your own kitchen today" can be made out. Rapunzel says it will be nice if they can find food and make some dishes to bring back to the post. Snow White asks Rapunzel if she needs the cookbook. Rapunzel says she does need No need. Gonna assume you do. Oh, look at that cute thing. Cooking. There's no harm in having a cookbook. Rapunzel says. Snow White agrees with her. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else in the house, they decide to... Okay, I wonder if both of them... I'm gonna write it like this. Go back. Or... Go factory. Go fact. Maybe they will cook something better than what Oswald helped them create. Yeah. Whoops. Man just accidentally skipped a few pages. Books be like that. Yes, especially if it's like an old book and the sometimes because of dryness or static or whatever, the pages have a tendency to like stick together. I have found that was a normal occurrence with really old books because I have a penchant for going to place of used books, actually like I don't know how you would call them, but it's kind of like a bookstore but full of old books. Second-hand. Let's call it second-hand. And I like to collect really old books, but that have I don't know how to say it. I can't remember the words how it's called, but because it's not that they are signed, because it's not that like they have autographs of like famous people or whatever. They are books that were given to some. Wait a second. Is that? Of course, that is spiderweb going directly into my freaking headphones. I put those on later and then they are freaking filled with freaking spiderweb. I'm gonna have a talk with them. Or a screen more like. But I like collecting those. Collecting books that have like things written from the person who bought the book and it's gifting it to the person who receives the book. And I don't know, it's just... It's nice. It gives me this funny, fuzzy feeling that I have someone's memories in my hand, basically. And it's just so interesting. And basically that happens with... I have many old, like really old books. And what happens a lot with them is that the ink, because of the kind of old ink that they used to use, dries in a particular way that kind of sticks the two pages together. And you have to very slowly pull it apart so it doesn't like... destroy the poor pages. So yes, books do be like that. Okay, so if we go to the other houses, I know, I'm gonna go to the other houses. We go back, and we are going back into the left, and I'm gonna say no need. Digitals sure don't have this issue. Yeah, but you know what? I can't read digital books. For whichever reason, my brain just doesn't like reading things in digital. It doesn't. It can't concentrate. Probably it's because I grew up mostly reading like. Back then, back in my time, there was only paperback books. So, yeah. There was only those kind of books, so that was all we had, and so that's all I read. And then from paperback we went into like when you had enough money, like let's say birthday money, and you could buy what's this one called, a hardback. You could have those as well. But yeah, mostly things that I've read most of my life have been on paper, and it's not that I have problems reading in digital, but my brain just doesn't get itself to concentrate in digital or to feel interest in digital books as much as I would if they were printed. I'm assuming that it's mostly just behavioral, like I am used to this, I don't want to do the other one. So I guess I just have to read more in digital. I don't know, but then again, my eyesight gets really tired reading in digital. There's also that, so probably maybe it kind of helps the cycle. You doubt you'll read books anyway, too picky about your story choosing. What you don't like digitized is writing. Check out maps for some reason. Oh. Know how you need to do something with your bank, but you can do it online now. You prefer to trust the specialist. I have that. The bank part is, it depends, because I have a lot of problems dealing with people. So sometimes I just grit my teeth and go and do it that way because there is no other way to do it. But then some other times I am like, oh, thank goodness this is digital, because I do not want to have to speak to another human to do this very simple bureaucracy thing. You also prefer to make your own groceries, it's just easier. Ah, yes, the grocery list is like... Oh, like go buy your... Oh... You understand the ease of deliveries, but what if they pick garbage? Well, here, at least, the markets, I do have some deliveries because we drink at least between 1.5 and 2 liters of milk every day in this house. So we have to buy usually like 36 liters per month, I think. So that's a lot to haul up the mountain all the way from the, because I don't have a car, so I have to do all of this by foot. So I go all the way to the market, and then I come all the way back to the mountain, and I have to go up all the way up to my house, which is really high. And 36 liters of milk is a lot. But mostly because of that. And their system is you pick something, and as long as it's not, I don't know, like vegetables or things like that, everything else is just what you asked for, they just put it in the bag for you and bring it here. In your case, the store is like 5 minutes from your house in a plateau. No, in my case, the store is like, I don't know. It's 1 meter. Well, it's the 70 meters down the mountain, and then it's wait, was it 7? Let me ask with my roommate. Roommate, how many meters did we have up the mountain? Do we have from the mountain to the 70? I remember correctly. Thank you. And how many was it to the market? Like about 10 more? 9 or 10 probably. I can't remember. So I have to walk a lot. Long story short, it's a long walk. Man, thank goodness it's a chill place. But yeah, if it's heavy stuff, we take that one out of the equation. Yes, we also go do our groceries ourselves, especially because there is always like every weekend or so, like I don't remember which days, how many days, but some days, every now and then, like right at the foot of the mountain, we get like a farmer's market that prompts up, and we just go down there, get our veggies, our chicken eggs, and sometimes a whole entire chicken, and then that's it. Then we go back up the mountain, and yep, that's about it. So yeah, we also do our own groceries. That it's easier that way. Just to leave the delivery just for the really really heavy things, and then everything else I do myself. Like I try, because I know how things will end up if I don't keep this in check. But I try to make use of convenient things to help me not be overwhelmed with life, and not just to, I don't know, try to fix my life, let's say. Like, there are things that I keep myself doing, like taking the trash out all the way myself. Well, it's not the trash, it's the recyclables, but the burnables, that. Taking the flammables all the way down the mountain myself, and with the bag, and into the place where I have to put them. I can't remember what it is, but it wouldn't be technically a trash bin because it's not trash. Because we are forced to separate things here. So you have like the trash, like the food involving trash and all of that. The things that can't be recyclable in one side, and then you have the recyclables in a different side, and then you have glass separated for whichever reason in another one. Nice fitness. Yeah, I know. So I keep myself doing that, getting groceries, and because it ends up with me being just mostly a hermit, I also force myself into going out every now and then. At some point you were also forced to do so, but then that just led to more effort for no benefits in the end, and so it was scrapped. Oh no! Here is still forced, but everyone got used to it, and you just have 2 bags now. Meow. So yeah, okay, before I go do the coming back and whatnot, I'm gonna take a small break. I'm gonna go to the restroom. So be right back. Piri piri. Meow. I'm back. Okay. Sorry, it took extra time because roommate has like an insect bite and I had to put some tiger balm on her and because she couldn't like reach. So I took some extra time because of that. Anyways, where was I? Ah, yes, I want to go into the left again. We are going to cycle here. And we are going to say she doesn't need it. When it comes to cooking, all you need is intuition, Rapunzel says. Snow White decides to believe her. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else in the house, they decide to... Aha! So the two of them can take to the same place. How can it be called restroom when we are fighting for our lives? Okay, so both of these go into go back, go factory. Let's check out other houses. Let's go into the middle. They come to the house in the middle and see a bunch of empty cans piled up neatly in a corner of the empty room. It seems that someone else has been here. While most of the doors are either open or broken, they find one door that is tightly closed. We have open, or close. So, what do we do? I'm gonna open. Open! There's a bed in the room. On the bed lie two bodies, their fingers intertwined. Snow White and Rapunzel wordlessly look at the photo frame on the bedside table. A couple smiles happily in the picture. Seems like they are a couple. After looking at the picture for a while, Rapunzel says she wants to mourn the deceased and decides to take the photo frame with her. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else in the house, they decide to... And the one just as the other one. Check out the other houses. So we opened. We're gonna go back into the middle and leave the door alone. For now, looking for supplies and food is the top priority. Upon picking up the familiar smell of death coming from inside, they decide not to open the door. Well, I am not that delicate. Check out other houses. Let's go! We are doing a lot in one same choice. On the right. The house on the right is entirely empty. Rapunzel posits the former residents must have taken refuge somewhere else. Snow White looks at the empty room and discovers a dried white flower that has fallen on the ground. There's a buzzing in her ear. Then a voice rings out. This flower is more like you than me. Snow White? Snow White? Rapunzel's voice brings Snow White back to reality. Despite Rapunzel's concerns, Snow White insists everything is fine and tells her not to worry. Snow White then suggests they continue their search. Rapunzel agrees and walks away, while Snow White... Pick up? Or leave? I say we take it because I'm a treasure goblin. I think that's how they are calling them nowadays. When you just grab. I call myself Corvid, but works both ways. Pick it. Snow White feels an unprecedented wave of emotions and surreptitiously takes the dried white flower. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else in the house, they decide to actually go back in. Meow, 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 meow. Let's leave the dried flower that we actually picked up. Blooming here all by yourself, handsome. Pick up the flower, okay. A book entitled Become a Master in Your Own Kitchen Today. It instructs readers on how to cook using everyday ingredients and even includes rudimentary dinner recipes with which incorporate canned food. A photo frame. Framed wedding photo, a tangible manifestation of the everlasting love between the couple shown in the picture. While the frame has begun to deteriorate, the intense affection portrayed in the photo has not faded, not even in death. A desiccated white flower. It brings back memories of someone from the past, someone she misses greatly. Is it Lily Weiss? Let's leave the flower that we actually are not gonna leave. Feeling that keeping the flower will bring back some unpleasant memories, Snow White decides to avert her gaze. Feeling they won't be able to find anything else, they decide to... Okay, so everything here takes two. Go back or go factory. So go factory. Go factory. Oh! Believing there might not be many supplies or food available at the apartments, they instead decide to check out the factory. The factory seems to be a former refuge for the humans. Although some parts of the building have collapsed, there are some blankets and canned foods scattered around. Rapunzel and Snow White venture further into the factory. The inside of the factory is littered with all manner of supplies, but the cans of food are either emptied or spoiled. Everything else is unsalvageable. Snow White and Rapunzel want to continue looking for things they can use, so they break open or break open a locked door and walk in, or walk into a room where the curtains are closed. Curtains. Where is... I'm gonna use this one. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. If it's odd, I'll destroy the door. Well, would you look at that? That's a 3. Hello! When they break the locked door and... When they break the locked door open and walk in, they see canned goods and other supplies all placed in a neat pile, although there aren't many of them. This must be a room that had been used as storage. Snow White and Rapunzel begin gathering up the canned goods. In the midst of their scavenging, Snow White discovers a book under the couch. Take. Leave. Mine. Sexy girl. The book under the couch is a dirty magazine. Ugh, what's this? What is this? Rapunzel walks over and stares at the magazine. Whoa, I thought this series ended already. Her eyes gleam as she speaks. Snow White suddenly remembers a previously forgotten memory of her, Rapunzel, and Red Hood. Oh, is this Rapunzel Squirk? What are you showing, Snow White? Rapunzel covers Snow White's eyes. Not being particular about her reading material, Red Hood has just passed a dirty magazine to Snow White. Rapunzel blushes and urges Red Hood to throw away this smut. Undeterred, Red Hood continues to tease Rapunzel with the racy magazine. While Snow White watches them argue, she realizes the animosity between the Red Hood and Rapunzel has given way to real friendship. That's her quirk. Fun. You are not the slightest bit shy about reading this kind of stuff? Oh, you still remember that? Snow White nods, while Rapunzel smiles. How could I forget? After going through that, I don't think anyone else can make me feel embarrassed ever again. Rapunzel takes the dirty magazine from Snow White. I can read things even more salacious than this now. Red Hood would be shocked if she saw me now. Wouldn't she? Actually, she's probably over the moon that she managed to influence me. something something Nan, something something Rapunzel, something something Racy magazine. Rapunzel returns the magazine to Snow White. I kept feeling like Red Hood was embarrassing me on purpose, so I was annoyed. But now, I kinda miss it. Rapunzel stops talking and begins collecting the rest of the scattered canned food. Meanwhile, Snow White watches her quietly. If we take the thing, we end the run. End. A friendship she misses despite the embarrassment. Red Hood's favorite magazine. It is a quarterly magazine featuring attractive muscle-bound men and women in various states of undress. Rapunzel always went red in the face whenever she so much as glanced at the magazine, for which Red Hood always enjoyed teasing her. Now Red Hood is nowhere to be found, and those playful interactions are no more. Thinking of that evokes a sense of sorrow within Rapunzel. Oh. Bow, bow. The factory. Okay, the locked door. And leave the book alone. The two are elated as they didn't expect to find such a major haul. As Rapunzel looks at the canned goods, she remembers how the atmosphere at the post has been fairly gloomy lately. Dorothy has also been rather morose as well. Rapunzel suggests that they make some dishes and give everyone a pleasant surprise. Snow White agrees with the idea. Rapunzel begins cooking based on intuition. Okay, so we have intuition. And cookbook. So we're gonna go with intuition first. Intuition. Rapunzel steps forward confidently. Rapunzel steps forward confidently, claiming she has always loved cooking even as a human. As Snow White watches Rapunzel, she feels a little anxious. Look at her face, she looks so cute. An unknown substance boils in the pot. What was once delicious food is now a disastrous pile of black mush. It can no longer be considered food. What in the world did you put in there? I just made it the way I did before. Snow White is speechless. She snatches the final can of food before Rapunzel can destroy that as well, and returns to the post. End. Become a master in your own kitchen tomorrow? Because the cookbook was today. Don't trust everything your friends say. Bum, 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 ba, ba, bum, bum. Bum, 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 ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, bum. Mow. Break. Leave the book. Cookbook. Rapunzel says she happens to have a cookbook handy that she will follow. She announces she will use this canned food to make something delicious and goes out to start a fire. As Snow White watches Rapunzel, her anxiety slowly builds. They look so cute! An appetizing soup boils in the huge pot. Its aroma fills the factory, and Snow White begins to drool. Can I have a taste? Haha, of course! Rapunzel confidently ladles some soup into a small can and passes it to Snow White. Snow White puts a spoonful of soup in her mouth. She is filled with pure ecstasy. How is it? Does it taste okay? It's wonderful. Rapunzel's mood improves when she sees Snow White's obvious delight. With a big pot and canned goods in tow, they return to the post triumphant. Look at that, they look so cute. End. Okay, and now we have to go into the curtains. Become a master in your own kitchen today! Considering Snow White eats rocks, I don't think her opinion matters when it comes to the taste of food. I mean, I could eat a rock if it's plated, but that doesn't mean that I don't have taste in food. Into the factory! Walking to a room where the curtains are closed. What is this? It's a good play from her fairy tale, though. Oh! What is this? There are matches, extinguished candles, pictures of people hanging in the room. A line is written on the wall. May you rest in peace. This must be a place where they mourn the dead. The two look around for a while and leave after mourning. So we have leave or photo. Let's leave. You saw, oh, like you don't remember she eats some suspicious apple from Shady Strangers. True. She totally, a stranger totally gave her an apple and she went, yes. Bad Snow White, you shouldn't. You should wash it at least first. I 100% forget. My brain concentrates on one thing at a time. It's very tunnel visioned. Okay, we're gonna leave. Fuck the photo frame. Rapunzel and Snow White light the candles with the matches on the floor and pray for a while. They then walk out of the room and open the locked door. When they break the locked door open and walk in, they see canned goods, menye, menye, menye. And they take the book and see boobies. Of all the sizes. Them big boobies. Them tiny boobies. Them the square boobies. I don't know. Check out the factory. Go into the curtains. And now, do the photo. Okay, this one leads into the break open room. Mau, 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 mau. Take out the photo frame they got and begin praying. Rapunzel places the photo frame they got from the apartment building among the pictures on the floor and lights the candles with a match. Once all the candles in the room are lit, Rapunzel kneels down quietly. Without a word, Snow White stands back and watches. Oh! Now we have stay and leave. But leave has requirements. Snow White asks, "Why are you doing this?" What? They are already dead. Rapunzel answers. Death is not the end. The marks these people made during their lives will not disappear simply because they are no longer with us. Everything truly ends only when everyone who remembers them is gone. Rapunzel stands up and looks at Snow White. So I decide to remember. I don't want them to be forgotten, for everything to come to an end and rob them of all meaning. So I will keep praying to remember the precious lives they used to lead. I will acknowledge their death and bid them farewell. Death is not the end. The real end happens when one's existence is forgotten. Snow White falls into deep thought. She has never thought of it that way. Rapunzel looks at Snow White, who is lost in thought, and kneels once again to pray. While Snow White watches Rapunzel pray, she asks, "Then how do we bid someone farewell?" Look them in the eyes and say to them, "Be well." And that's it. Next. So we have to come back here as well as the forest. And oh, the ragtimes. Oh, look at that. Now we go into the achieved ending, buried memory. How the heck am I supposed to achieve that ending? What did I miss? Okay, which was... Oh! Stand guard. Today doesn't seem ideal for a search. Why not stay at the post and stand guard? While guarding the post, rewards attempts will be reduced and rewards will be obtained automatically. Standing guard for the first time decreases the attempts to gain new endings. Oh! Cool! I wonder if it's an ending on itself. Stand guard. Snow White feels that conditions are not ideal, so she calls off today's expedition and returns to her post. End of expedition. Let's go! Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. Okay, I'm missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Huh. Where am I missing things? Let's go back to check the forest. And let's go back and check ordinary rifle. And then, what was it? Turn right. Eat the mushroom. Eat the mushroom. Did I leave Rapunzel after praying? No, it didn't lead me. Aha! No, wait. The white flower. To bid you farewell, here! We back into the forest. Can you see me? Yes! The white figure smiles. If you want to see me, you should come to meet me. The flower! Is it because of the flower? Maybe not. Maybe no. I mean, I know that it's just... It says the ended, but meh. Tom. Snow White opens her eyes. A towering tree stands before her. Something about this all seems oddly I forgot I had water. Snow White opens her eyes. A towering tree stands before her. Something about this all seems oddly familiar. Snow White looks at her feet. As she does, a long forgotten memory comes rushing back. Meow, meow, meow. I can check by ending names. Yes, that's exactly what I was coming to do, to check the ending names and cross-reference with the endings, because I didn't do it before because I failed there. I should have written the ending names that I needed. A towering tree stands before her. Something about this all seems oddly familiar. Snow White looks at her feet. As she does, a long-forgotten memory comes rushing back. On a day when the fighting had no end in sight, she came over with a memory capsule and a sheet of paper. Everyone, write down your wishes on this and place them in this memory capsule. They tore the sheet of paper into 7 pieces, wrote down their wishes and placed them in the capsule. She buried the memory capsule in the ground and spoke. One day, when our job is finished, let's open it together. Under that enormous tree, she made a promise that would never come true. Snow White takes out the memory capsule buried in the ground. There are 7 pieces of paper inside. I hope everyone is still alive after the war. I'm willing to follow the red flower until the very end. I hope that one day everyone will know our names. I want some food and alcohol from my hometown. I hope that we'll emerge victorious. I hope she'll be safe and sound. After reading 6 of the clippings, Snow White opens the last one, which has been neatly folded. It's hers. I hope we can save the humans. Snow White considers the last words she ever wrote. I hope we can save the humans. Snow White returns the slips of paper to the capsule and stands up. To commemorate her, Snow White decides to go to the meadow where she is buried. Aha! It was Lilybuys. Na na. Bow, bow, bow. And I don't remember what the other one wanted. Bum, bum, bum. Time capsule! A memory capsule carrying several slips of paper. Nikkes from the God Squad, along with their commander, have scribbled down their wishes on the paper slips. Those promises have been shattered, even so, it fills their hearts with the courage to move forward. I mean, who else, right? Let's go to the suburbs because I forgot to write which one is the one that takes me. The curtains. Photo frame. The step she failed to take. Okay, the forest is complete. Yay! Forest, riverbank, suburb, then the meadows. What I have to get is the step she failed to take. Okay, if I stay, it's an ending. I forgot to write that down. Panda, how could you? The step she failed to make. Sorry, to take. I don't know how to read. Bam, bam. Forest, riverbank, suburbs, meadows. Ba-da-da-dum. Bum, 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 bum. Snow White walks towards the field. The sun's rays cascade across the peaceful meadow. At the far end there is a stone coffin, encircled by towering trees. It is there that she slumbers. Snow White gazes from afar, half in a daze. We have go back. Go. I don't know how to write today. Back. Go walk. Forward. We're gonna do the easy one. We're gonna go back. Oh, there are two other options. She still doesn't have the courage to walk forward. Snow White goes back in hopes of finding something that will give her courage. Meow. Okay, so it is what it says. Go back. Bam, 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 bam. Walk forward. Snow White holds the memory capsule. Although Snow White isn't confident about maintaining her composure whilst facing her, she musters the courage to step forward. There is a buzzing sound, then a voice rings out. You are Snow White, aren't you? Hello. I'm Lee. We have remain stationary. Remain. Walk forward. We can't walk forward. Dum. Remain stationary. Snow White remains where she is. She doesn't have the courage to move forward and meet her. I'm not ready. I don't deserve to see her. I haven't achieved anything at all. I can't even remember her face. Or her name. How can I possibly face her? Not yet. It's not yet time. I can't face her yet. Snow White fails to take another step. After taking that one step towards her, Snow White stops. The step she failed to take. Yay, now we can go back to the suburbs. Hint, Snow White can only walk forward when she remembers her name. Oh boy. Da 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 da. Into the factory! Hit me with the curtains. And the photo frame. Leave Rapunzel alone and explore another location. Fuck you! Snow White leaves Rapunzel behind and begins exploring the factory again. She smells the familiar scent of flowers. Snow White follows the scent and finds a door towards the back. Snow White? What you doing? Snow White opens the door or returns. Open. Return. Return. Go back. It appears marked. Open! Mushrooms. What else? Snow White takes out the dried white flowers she got from the apartments and opens the door. As the door opens, a sea of white flowers greets Snow White. She knows the name of these flowers. They remind Snow White of her. Memories of her come rushing back. Memories Snow White has been wanting to forget. She was always fond of her. Being together with her was always a happy experience. Snow White was never happier than when they had chatted in a prairie full of flowers just like this. This flower has the same name as you. Yes, that's where I got my name. Snow White loved that flower ever since. But now it seems like this flower is more like you than me. No? This flower still resembles her. The pure, the purest, strong, strongest, and lovely, and loveliest. Snow White. Lily Weiss. Snow White turns toward the field of lily vice before her. After staring at the flowers for a while as if in a daze, she sits down and caresses them. Can I go and see you? Please. The sky turns red. Snow White continues to cradle the lily vice in her arms, even when Rapunzel comes looking for her after praying. The beautiful lily vice. Bum, 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 bum. And we're almost done. And it just took almost 3 hours. Let's go. Shortest trip ever. Sure. Dum, 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 dum. It would have been. How? Walk forward. Snow White holds the memory capsule. Although Snow White isn't confident about maintaining her composure whilst facing her, she musters the courage to step forward. I won't need notes here. I'm Lee. Walk forward. Snow White looks at the lily vice flower. It was Lily Vice's favorite. I have to go. At long last, Snow White makes that step she failed to take before. Leave with the flower. A coffin lies on the vast meadow, surrounded by soaring trees. Lily Vice, the first Nikke, the leader of the goddess squad. Snow White's hero, who was stronger and more beautiful than anyone else. After a long journey, Snow White finally arrives before the slumbering Lily Vice. Bunches of flowers adorn her grave. A grave-stricken Snow White salutes. Hello. Lily Vice, my hero. Never did I feel I was in danger so long as you were there on the battlefield with me. Never once did I retreat from anything. My honor was your honor, and your happiness was mine. So I didn't want to accept the fact that you won't be joining me on my future journey. I didn't want to accept the fact that I won't be able to see you laugh once again. But it's time to say farewell. You gave me a mission. That mission alone proves you once existed in this world. It will be the reason this world remembers you and your great achievements. So please, my sister, my colleague, my soulmate, my hero. Be well. Snow White places the Lily Vice flower on Lily Vice's coffin. Finally, she bids her farewell. Yay! And I'm missing 2 more. Dum dum. And 1 item. A delicate flower that shimmers a pale white day and night. Lilyweiss. It came to be revealed that her name was derived from this flower. The flower, which is an integral part of memory between Lilyweiss and Snow White, is the key to facing her. Bum, 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 bum. Oh! Look around. Snow White decides to check the surroundings. She slowly realizes that she has never given this place a proper once-over. As she started to move in the direction where she can see the ark, clank! Snow White accidentally kicks something. Huh? She looks down and finds a dog tag. Yet another memory that had remained buried for so long resurfaces. Snow White remembers that person she has previously forgotten. He said he was a mercenary, but he didn't seem like the military type. He was the man who became our leader, who claimed that he would suppress the raptures. Commander. When did it begin? His bluntness and impertinence gave way to tenderness, and he began treating us like humans. I hope you don't get hurt again. Lilyweiss kissed his dog tag. He gazed at her then, the affection evident in his eyes. At that moment, Snow White realized something. She was the one who changed him. No! Come on! Snow White picks up the dog tag. God damn it! Of course. Of course. Oh, did the day change or something? I have no time for this. Where's the archive? Was it event? Bad. Side story? No, I remember very... It changed 2 hours ago. Then what the heck? No, wait! That's where the... God damn it. Okay, wait. It was like right here. Why is it here? So sad. Okay, just what was it that they touched? Was it the side story? And then I realized that it wasn't that. And then if I go outside, then I go back into what I want. Probably. Nope. Recollections. There we are. Because archive was updated. Oh. How dare they intervene in my reading? I was having fun. Back into the saddle. Wait. Ah, thank goodness it keeps the place. She was the one who changed him. Snow White picks up the dog tag beside her feet. His name is carved on it. Why is this here? Snow White can't bring herself to leave it here, so she decides to bring it to Lilyweiss. Snow White remembers how she loved him just as much as he loved her. Oh, so the commander and Lilyweiss were in love. Oh. Oh, cute. Kinda hard, but cute. I won't be having fun now. But I do have fun! Feelings! The dog tag worn by the commander of the goddess squad. It was discovered in the meadow near the entrance of the ark. It reminds her of the keys Lily Weiss gave to the commander as a prayer for his safety. Let's put the dog tag into her coffin to memorialize their fervent love. Dum 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 dum. Dum da dum 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 dum. I'm gonna leave these two written down just because I need to have things complete. Look for Lily Weiss coffin. I know that this is not gonna take anywhere and I don't need this anymore, but that's not gonna stop me. I refuse to have things not fully written. Okay. Done and done. Walking out of the post, Snow White says goodbye to everyone and sets off on a long journey. Snow White decides to go to Lily Weiss' coffin, which she has not visited in a long time. Which cipher is that one? Because clearly that name is, what's the name? The cipher. Walking out of the post, Snow White says goodbye to everyone and sets off on a long journey. Snow White decides to go to Lily Weiss' coffin, which she has not visited in a long time. Intending to aim for a near future because I usually read with delay. Yay! I see. Oh! There is something she must tell Lily Weiss before she leaves. With a heavy heart, Snow White comes to Lily Weiss' coffin. She takes one step, and then another. Top. Snow White accidentally kicks something. There's a familiar-looking piece of rock on the ground. It's the sharp corner of the coffin. Snow White lifts her head and looks at Lily Weiss. It's gone. Her head is gone. In the shattered coffin, only her body remains. The white Lily Weiss flower. The black scuff marks from being trampled on. Desperately, Snow White searches her surroundings. It's gone. Why? How is it happening? Her face is gone. Not only her body is left. No one will remember her this way. I haven't achieved anything yet. I haven't accomplished anything she expected of me. Will her story really end so meaninglessly? No way. I refuse to accept this. This can't happen to her. Not to Lily Weiss. Clank, 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 clank. A sound echoes from somewhere. Bzz, 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 bzz. The sound of machines. Grey intruders that disturb the ground. Raptures. Raptures. The black marks upon the white flower. They say they took away her head. Exterminate them. I will exterminate them all. I will find her head. I have to fulfill her legacy, what she wished for. I hope we can... We have to save her legacy. I have to save the humans. I hope we can save... I have to save her legacy. I have to save the humans. I hope we can save the humans. Click. Snow White gets to her feet and walks forward. She will exterminate all the raptures on the surface and recover the human world. Or her head. actually. Her head has disappeared. Well then. Bum, 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 bum. Damn. So did the rapture bring her back or no? We will know when we advance in the story. Let's go. I am gonna say they did for fun. If I put through ASCII, yes, it will read mind switch. Oh, so that's when it happened. Or did another one happen? It happened. Was this fun? Yes! I love choose your own adventures. Another one more like, oh, years later. Oh. This was fun. I love me some choose your own adventures. I wanna know now if we like, not right now, but now I feel motivation to know what happened with all of this. Ooh, nice. Almost 3 hours. Goodness gracious, that was a lot of reading. Whew. Okay. I think that's gonna be all for today. We're gonna come back with the main story. I have to see. Okay, we are still. I think we are still in. Yeah. I think we are still in. The good. The good weeks where I can plan easily. The bad weeks are the last 2 usually. OverZone was the event that made you stay in Nikke. First, it was reinforced by License to Kill because great OST. Then it was OverZone right after. No trailers? No, because YouTube refuses to work. Somehow true. The last 2 weeks are the worst weeks. But yeah. Yeah, I will probably be taking like a small 1 week, I think, holiday during January. I will tell you when. I still have to check the specifics. But yeah. But you will see anyways the schedule. So for now, I will just concentrate on, we will keep on streaming. I guess next week we are going back into the main story. Let's go. No West stream now. Isn't it tomorrow? I meant January. Yes. Not now. January. No. December, it's still streaming time. Yes. But yeah, there's I'm not gonna be in my home during January, and I don't have portable streaming setup, so that's about it. What chapter? I think I'm like 8. OverZone was crazy. Gotta take a break. Last time seeing you 6 years ago. Ooh. Nah, but I think next week we start again with the main story, which I think it's chapter 8. And if story mode is good with me, hopefully we will be able to have to watch several chapters. Hopefully, I hope. I can only hope. We can only hope. I'm gonna go check how the story mode thingy works. If I just go a bit back or on main screen. Bow, mow, 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 mow. Maybe I didn't even finish 7 yet. Ah, you're right. Probably. No, I think I did finish it. But yeah, we will see that anyways next week. Yay! So, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for coming. I hope you had fun. I had lots of fun, especially because I love me some choose your own adventures games. I need to know where I can find some now, because they are fun. They have a lot of reading, but they are fun. Not that I dislike reading, it's just that reading is kinda hard on my throat as the reader. Literal. Anyways, hydrate, don't hydrate, stretch, snacks, rest, something else, I don't know. Hydrate, stretch, snacks, rest. Now it's always 4. I hope you have an awesome rest of the day, night, evening, afternoon, high noon, or whatever it is that you're standing around in the time ruler. And I will see you all next week. No, wait, next stream. Whoops. Tomorrow with oᴥoʔ. OverZone is on. Yay! Pachi, 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 pachi. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow with oᴥoʔ. I want to advance so we can finally level up for the love of God. And also, I am so interested in Chisa right now. So, Chisa, I managed to get her, and I'm gonna see if I can get her weapon. I doubt it, but you never know. Ah, yes! Roommate got Phoebe and her weapon, and she's like really happy. We are Phoebe chappy all the way. So yeah, that's about it for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next stream, which is tomorrow with oᴥoʔ. And that's about it for today. Bye bye.